It was June 17, 1775, on Bunker Hill in Charlestown, Massachusetts, that another battle leading to the American Revolution had begun.
Many battles like this have occurred because the American colonists felt that they were being treated unfairly under British rule because of the taxes and laws placed on them. Therefore, they started to rebel in protests, boycotts, and even violence.
Boston was currently being controlled by the British, but the colonies wanted to drive them out. So on June 16, 1775, the Americans had about 1,000 colonial militiamen to build a 6-foot dirt wall overnight to fire cannons on the British ships. Because of the elevation of Bunker Hill, you could see the Boston ports from the top. The next morning, the British awoke to the sight of the wall and responded to this by charging on the American forces. They were greeted by blasts of cannons and the fire of guns. The British were dropping like flies, and the colonists went to attacks, until the Americans ran out of ammunition in the third attack. Shortly after this, the British brought reinforcements and won over the Americans, but they did not leave.
The British were victorious, but with a great cost. Over 1,000 British men were either wounded or killed, but only about 400 Americans were injured or dead. This was very shocking to both the colonists and the British, because at the time, the British were the most powerful country. The Americans had just caused them many casualties. The British and the American forces had one thing in common. They both had powerful leaders when it comes to the Battle of Bunker Hill. William Howe, the British commander, was very resilient. Israel Putnam was the leader of the colonists, and they collided to fight for Boston. Soon, William Howe rose to become commander-in-chief of the British forces during the Revolutionary War, and he wouldn't give up. After William Howe saw how strong the colonists were, he was scared to take on stronger enemies. This could affect how many materials they get for future wars.
One of William Howe's most famous quotes for this battle was spoken after he saw the wall. He said, "The rebels have done more work in one night than my whole army could have done in a month." With this quote, William Howe showed that he was impressed with the colonists because no one thought they could accomplish that much. Israel Putnam, known as Old Put, was also a great leader. He was an American Army general officer and Freemason who fought in the French Indian War, Pontiac's War, and with distinction at the Battle of Bunker Hill. He later became a commander leading up to and in the Revolutionary War. He and Colonel William Prescott co-led the American forces at Bunker Hill. It was only until the aftermath of this battle that the British realized that the colonists could do more than they seemed capable.
The colonists have proved to the British that they can take them on in battles. This caused the colonists to unite together, and they realized that they should organize an army to fight the British as an independent country rather than under the British rule.
In the house. Well, baby, well, sorry.
Okay.
Turn the screen up. Like up. Like turn the screen up. Because it's like now like I can't see it.
Okay.
Like turn it up. There you go.
Yay! Okay, that's that. Wait, who? That's Justin
That
Bieber.
looks just like Justin Bieber.
Who drew that? Manipulation. Oh. Okay. William Howe. Most famous quote for this battle was spoken after he saw the wall. He said, "The rebels have done
The
it."
British general, although he's no match for the British.
So
funny. Why are you there?
For bloopers, maybe when you guys like.
Hello, William Howe is a British general, but he's no match for the British.
Cowgirl.